Alright, hi, I am back. Let me fix this. I don't know what's happening to my mic here. I am sorry if your eardrums are exploding right now. Okay. We are, post, expansion reveal, and I don't know what that was, but okay. So I'm on my horde ult today. I'm gonna do some more leveling. It's not gonna be a super long stream. Also, stream disclaimer for every stream I do. I really should probably just put this in a command and just have it in the chat. You might hear my dogs. You might see my dogs. You might hear my husband who sits next to me and does his thing. You might hear our birds in the next room. Sometimes they get loud. I don't read things aloud all that often because I'm really bad at reading things aloud. And that's about it. So, welcome. But I want to talk about my thoughts on... Where do I need to go? I need to go over here. So I stayed up a little bit late yesterday. For those who don't know, I work night shift. So I typically go to bed about around noon every day and get up about 9:30ish, whatever, at night to go to work. So I stayed up to watch the expansion reveal. And I stayed up to watch the deep dive and all that. And I can't hear myself think. And I'm excited. I want to remain hopeful that this expansion is going to be really good, but I'm trying to be cautiously optimistic because I thought Shadowlands was going to be really good too. I was really excited for Shadowlands, and Shadowlands kind of let me down. So I've had like a day to, think about it, a night to think about it, and while I'm still excited, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Because who knows, because this expansion's not coming out this year. I'm going to guess this expansion's gonna come out between September and November of next year.
Well. What is happening here?
I think the whole Dragonflight thing is cool.
Please.
Because I've always been kind of interested in the Dragonflights. So that has me excited. This is not the cave I need to go to. I need this one. I think it'll be fun. The Drakthir race looks really cool, and the Evoker class that the Drakthir are, because I believe that's the only class they're going to be, if I remember correctly. I know that only Drakthir can be Evokers, but I think that's like the only class they can be. I think that looks really cool. I think there's probably going to be I think with any class, I think it's probably going to start out kind of overpowered. But we'll see. We'll see. I won't be I'll make a Drakthir and level it as an Evoker, but I don't think I'll be changing my main from Shadow Priest. my plan is I'm going to level my main, which is a Draenei Shadow Priest, on my home server with my guild and everything. Do all that stuff, and then I'll level my Horde main, which is this girl, who is also a Shadow Priest, because that's just what I like to play. I like to play Shadow Priests. I don't play them well, but I enjoy playing them. And then I'll probably level an Evoker. I don't know where. I don't know if I'll level one on my Alliance server, or if I'll level one on this server as Horde. So we'll have to see what I'm feeling when the time comes. And then there's the whole dragon riding thing and the customizable dragon mounts, which sounds really cool. I hope it's going to be really cool. I don't know, I'm excited. I hope it's going to be good. Like, I signed up for the beta. I know I'm not going to get into it because I never get into the beta. I signed up for the BFA beta and the Shadowlands beta and never got invited. So I'm not expecting to get an invite for the Dragonflight beta at all, which is fine. Because I only... Higgins, I know you see people outside, and maybe you shouldn't just bark out the window because you're acting foolish. Nobody is afraid of you, my friend. Hey. Higgins. Higgins, get down. From what I've seen of the zones that they showed in the deep dive and everything, it looks gorgeous. Like, all the zones look gorgeous. I mean, of course they are. The WoW, like, the art team for this game is just always on point. They're just fantastic. So I'm super excited. Like I said, I don't think this expansion's coming out until like the end of next year, though. Then they have classic Wrath coming out later this year at some point. That doesn't entice me. I don't play classic. I tried. I made it to like level 10 on my mage, and I gave up. I couldn't do it. It's just not the thing for me.
I am the oldest of my kind.
I fear that grandfather doesn't have much time left.
Xenagos, we seek one of the pillars of creation. I know it is here on Azuna.
You speak of the Tide Stone of Galvaneth. It was shattered long ago.
Urgent message for Xenagos. The Nightfallen have assaulted the Wellplank.
I do not know.
These four
But I
Wellplanks need to
know
be treated
where
with
the
ley
pieces
crystals
lie.
immediately.
Rest now, grandfather. You must save your energy.
Don't be so eager to maul the stuff. This one last adventure.
But like with every WoW expansion that's come out since I've started playing WoW. I started playing WoW in late WoD. It was towards the end of WoD. It was before Legion was ever announced. Because I remember watching the Legion like announcement and stuff for like BlizzCon. I think it was at BlizzCon they announced it. And like I was so hyped. I was like, Sylvanas, I don't really know who she is, but that's my girl. And then she proceeded to kill a bunch of night elves and kind of didn't go well from there. But anyways, it just like made me really want to play WoW. And like this expansion reveal yesterday just really wanted to like make me play more WoW again. And I hope this next expansion isn't gonna let me down because, like I said, Shadowlands
lose that one. He was so weak when I found him.
Kind
Pick
of
him
really
up
let me
and
down.
Take him to Senegos.
And I
My
stopped
keepers are
playing
overrun.
for
We will require aid.
Another
like a good
night
6
fallen
months or
attack.
something like that.
Bring my child to me, young one. There is Dragosa. To me one, you are a kind small thing.
And I was just telling my husband not that long ago that I'll give them one more chance to like impress me.
Farewell.
Like if this next expansion isn't good, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna continue playing WoW and I'll just move to like Final Fantasy or something full time. But who knows? I mean, it's like one of those things we're just gonna have to wait and see, you know?
Get up, brother. Wake up. No, not you.
You call those people?
Yeah, I totally forgot I had to do that.
Oh. Everything all squared away?
Huh?
Everything all squared away?
Yeah.
We get a schedule yet?
We don't have an actual date, but she said it looks like we'll be good for the weekend by 4th of July. They can't give you a date because...
It's all based on like weather and stuff.
Right.
Right, if that's gonna rain all that week, they can't come replace our roof.
Right.
We are in the process of getting our roof replaced because we bought this house. This house is, 101 years old. This house was built in like 1921. It'll be 100, yeah, it's like 101 years old. So, and we had it inspected, and the inspector said that the roof was coming towards the end of its life. So we're just getting it taken care of now. And then we're set for the next 30 to 50 years. And we don't have to worry about our roof ever, like, leaking or rotting or caving in for whatever reason. And then next year, we're hoping we can get our windows redone because we have really old, like, single pane windows that are really drafty. Which... it's why our living room is so dark. Our window's right here, but I have like blackout curtains over it to keep the heat in, because we moved into this house in like mid-December, so we've been here all winter and it gets kind of chilly in here, so we need to get those done. Maybe when it starts warming up outside a little, I'll actually open the curtains and there'll be like some natural light in here. Because I do like natural lights. It's just right now, it's chilly outside and I don't like being cold. Because our weather, so it's like, I don't know, what is it outside right now? It is 44 degrees outside, so it's kind of chilly. And then this weekend, it's going to get up to 80 degrees. And then, next week, beginning of next week, it's going to be back down into, like, like the 50s. And I just want the weather to make up its mind of what it wants to do. Are we entering springtime, or are we in like 4th winter, or you know, like what are we doing? False summer? It's like we need to go through 7 different seasons before we decide what season we're gonna be for a month, and then transition to the next season. Something is throwing things at me. I didn't know what it was. So once we do get a release date, and it gets closer to release date time, I'm not going to make the same mistake as I did with Shadowlands and schedule like a week off for the release date, only to find out that the game is getting delayed by like 2 months. Because that's what I did when Shadowlands got announced, like the release date got announced. I immediately put in for a week off of work. And then it was like, what, 2 or 3 weeks before the release date, they came out and said, hey, we got to push this back. And that's great. They wanted to make sure the game was ready and everything. But I mean, it sucked for me because it's like I had a week off of work and I had nothing to do because I was planning on playing WoW that whole week, and so I'm not going to do that this time around. I'm going to wait until it's like a couple weeks before the expansion launches, and then I'll put in my request, assuming I have time, because as of next year I only have like 10 days of vacation time, and I know my husband and I are taking a week off in like April next year for a concert we're gonna go see. So depending on when the expansion comes out, I might not have time to take off. Because if this comes out, if the expansion comes out, say around like a Thanksgiving time, or you know, there's a chance I might just have a week off anyways, because sometimes my work does like holiday layoffs. Like they used to do like they used to do like 2 weeks at a time around like Thanksgiving and Christmas. But we didn't get any time at all this year because we're on like this 6-day-a-week mandatory overtime bullshit. Because we need to make up for like, we just not like producing enough stuff right now, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the whole situation. We're like short of like X amount of product, and
I surrender. Oh, please, my friend, forgive me. I'm sorry.
we have to like make up for all that.
Feeding on such raw
And we're just
energy.
constantly in a hole.
It clouds my judgment. I hope you can see beyond my tattered robes and desperate behavior.
But like,
I am not a monster.
I can't go look
Watch,
for another
I
job
shall prove it to you.
because
I am not just a
once I
mad
move
adult
into my
freak
new
like the rest
position,
of those wretches.
my new job title and all that, I'll be making like nearly $18 an hour, which is really good for like where we live. That's like really good for where we live.
I am called Rufus,
And
son of Indoril, formerly of Sudor.
for the amount of work I have to do, I'm not gonna find another job that isn't gonna require like some sort of degree
I
or
understand,
some
good
sort of like
My people
random
have
bullshit
earned your displeasure.
stuff I'm gonna need.
Allow me to make amends.
So I'm like kind of stuck, but also can't really complain that I'm stuck because I'm making like a fair amount of money right now.
Very good. Off to Zarkanar then. Off to see all my friends and family and
I
loved
just
ones.
don't have time to do anything I really want to do. Like I want to write
kill them, of
my
course,
novel,
for harming
and
the
I started writing it the other day, and I got like
Bunch of
2
madmen.
paragraphs in, and I'm like, I need to start over because this is not
Not
how
me,
I'm starting
though.
this novel.
My discipline is iron.
Oh,
Mana crystal. Just a moment.
it's gonna be a fantasy romance novel, by the way.
So,
If anyone
why are you here,
cares.
Inazuna friend? Just visiting your what?
Does
Which
this
is
one
vampires,
ever stop
fae,
talking?
humans, the like, you know. I got really into like book talk, and I just started seeing these books on book talk over and over again, and then I got the books and read all through them and became obsessed, and now I'm just getting my hands on all sorts of like fantasy romance novels, and I need to read. Right now I'm currently listening to the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas, because it was her ACOTAR series, The Accord of Thorns and Roses, that got me back into reading. Because I used to read a lot when I was younger. Like, all through high school and everything, that's all I did. That was my, like, escape. I didn't really go on the computer a lot, because I had pretty strict parents. I wasn't really allowed on the computer, so... And, like... I mean, I was a teenager in, like, the early and mid, like, 2000s, which is... It feels so weird to say. I'm 30 years old. So I was pre-2010, like 2006 to 2010, I was in high school. And all I did was read. I didn't have a lot of friends. And the friends I had weren't the greatest friends. It was a lot of, like, it was toxic mess. I'm no longer friends with, like, any of those people. Beyond Facebook, I should say. And I realized I was probably a toxic mess, too. I was a little shit as a teenager. But I read a lot, because that's just what I did. Like, I read, like, a lot of Nora Roberts books, because my best friend at the time, that's what she was into, and she would let me borrow her books and those books and read them. So that's how I got into, like, the fantasy, or the romance kind of side. And then college happened, and I just didn't read anything besides fan fiction for a long time. And then book talk happened when I got into TikTok, and now I have like a lot of books on my TBR list. But I started out getting back into reading with A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And I love those books. If you're into like fantasy romance, chef's kiss. Those books are great. And then I read the first Crescent City book, because the second one wasn't out yet. And I was like, wasn't sure about it at first. And then, because like, the book starts off and it just makes you really sad. And then it gets interesting. And then at the endings, like towards the end, it starts making you really sad again. But it grew on me. I loved it. And then I started reading. Then the second Crescent City book came out, and I started reading that, and that just blew me away. And then I decided I was gonna start going through her Throne of Glass series. And I'm on book 3 right now. I'm listening to the books because I don't really actually have time to sit down and read a physical book at the moment. I need to like actually start making time to do that again. And so far I'm in love with Throne of Glass. It's been great. I have several other books I need to read. I was listening to a bunch of free books on Audible too. Like I went through the whole Mystic Bayou series, which was interesting, and it wasn't terrible. They weren't the best books I've ever like read. But I mean, they weren't terrible. And I listened to Dracula because I've never listened to that, and that was phenomenal. That was like a phenomenal like book. I want to reread Frankenstein because I read Frankenstein in high school and I liked it. I had to read it for an English class, but I liked it. I want to reread it. I've read Interview with a Vampire, and I kind of want to read more of Anne Rice because I did enjoy Interview with a Vampire. But I also started reading the Outlander series. I've read the first book. I've seen up until like the 3rd season of the show, and I started going through the show again the other day, or the other week rather, because I don't remember what happens. So I'm still on the 1st season of that show.
Kicking off my lieutenants?
And I read through the first, did the first book. That was alright. It was a lot more like, there was a whole scene with like the prison that I don't remember being in the show at all. But like, it must have been in the show, right? Because I don't remember it. That was really like gruesome in the book. Like, I think it's in the show, but I honestly don't remember it being in the show. I might have just it might have been like so gruesome that I just completely blocked it from my mind.
Curdle your blood.
Do let me know.
Trust Nightfallen.
So after Higgins.
It seems we
So
have
after I finished Throne of Glass,
I
there's
only want to help, good
oh,
dragon.
you
I have so many books. I have so many books I need to get through. I might start
I was once a
The Shadow of
noble
the
elf,
Gods
good
by
dragon.
John Gwynne.
I know the
because-
meaning of honor.
He's got 2 of those books in that series out, and I've heard those are really good. And he's like one of the few male authors that knows how to write women. I have King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair I need to read. I have The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, I think. I need to read. I have so many books on my TBR right now. It's actually kind of ridiculous. And I keep finding books and buying books. And I need to stop, but I can't. I can't stop myself.
Hey, what are you doing? My siphons! You low-born dirt. You don't know who you're dealing with.
But anyways, the whole point of me going through my, like, reading history was to say that reading all these, like, fantasy romance books that I've been reading, kind of got me inspired to write, because I've always liked writing. I've always written fan fiction. I've written a couple, like, original things when I was a lot younger. I mean, they were really bad. But I've always kind of wanted to write a book. And I've always kind of had this idea because when I was in high school, my best friend and I used to, like, role play with each other via email. It sounds really dumb, but we'd, like, come up with an idea and, like, characters and stuff, and we would, like, role play it. Like, go back and... Basically, we were writing a story back and forth via email. And we used to write, like, fanfics together. But there was one idea that's... Ooh, what do we got? Mind control, that can go over there. There was one idea that's always kind of stuck with me, and I want to write a novel of it. And she doesn't need to know that I'm taking our old roleplay idea and turning it into a novel, because I don't talk to her anymore. Because she is not a nice person. I'm also not a nice person, but that's neither here nor there.
Did that dragon send you, interloper? Or was it that beggar?
But, like, also with the Higgins, please. You gotta stop barking at everything, buddy. You make it hard.
What's this? Have the peasants come to grovel before their prince?
But also with WoW going back to, like, dragons and stuff, and more of, like, the high fantasy, it's kind of gotten me, like, even more, like, yeah, I want to write this book idea that I have.
More power! Yes! Forget the ley lines, brothers. We shall feast on the dragons instead.
There's old, and then there's Senegos. I'm glad. I can tell.
Put those on.
No matter how long it's been. It doesn't seem long enough.
Look! They're headed for Grandfather's Pool. It's not too late. We'll just jump the mountains to cut them off and...
I don't really want to replace my haste or my mastery
No.
right now.
No, they're
we'll keep
everywhere.
that.
Hang on. We're going in low.
Alright, so in just 1 second here, once I get where I need to get to, I need to take a short little break and I need to order lunch. And then I'll probably stream until our food gets here. Alright, so I will be right back. Alrighty, sorry about that. I had to order us some lunch. Because we had lunch originally planned.
My grandfather.
Like, we have, like, these, like, frozen, like, stromboli things. And our air fryer kind of killed it. Even though there were instructions for the air fryer kind of overcooked it. And it was basically inedible. So we decided, I guess, we're just ordering food. Which is something we've been trying not to, like, do a whole lot of. Because when we first moved into our house, we were, like, door dashing food every single day. Which we've been getting better at. We're not doing it every day anymore. Maybe we do it maybe twice a week now. We're trying to eat more. We're trying to eat a little bit better. Portion control and with our food and everything, because we're both trying to lose weight, just so we're somewhat healthier and not going to die of, like, a heart attack at age, like, 50, you know. We are not going to mess with that guy over there, because he's probably going to one-shot me. And it'll just not be a good time for me. I am only playing in, like, war mode simply for the 10% XP buff. Plus, I'm playing on a mostly horde dominant server that I'm hoping I just won't have too much trouble getting, like, ganked or anything. When I play in war mode, my policy is, I won't attack you if you don't attack me. If you attack me, then I will try to attack you. Assuming the person attacking me isn't, like, you know, max level with full, like, raid gear and whatever on, or PvP gear or whatever, and it just one-shots me, you know? Because then it's a little bit of a different story, you know? If it's, like, someone just one-shotting me. Then I typically, like, if they kill me more than twice, I will turn war mode off and finish what I was doing. I'm not about getting ganked by the same person 70 times because they just find it fun to just kill me over and over and over. Which that hasn't happened in a long time. I think the last time that happened was before war mode was even a thing, and I was just playing on a just a normal server. Leveling through the plague lands, and I was just getting ganked by, like, this horde mage over and over and over again. Alrighty.
Azuna was once the center of magic research.
Observe and reflect. Be vigilant, friend.
Can you help my grandfather? How strange it is.
Elisaman will pay for banishing us. This hunger is consuming my very mind. It is taking every ounce of my energy.
Yes, yes! Surrender your power, dragon. These pools belong to the Nightborn now!
Help me, Ishmael.
Alrighty.
Though I am weak, I will do what I can. What you must save the world here.
So, I don't know if I really need to do this. 41, yeah. We'll stick it in there. Not that it does anything, you know. I already know that, so I can just go ahead and get rid of those. Alrighty, so now we need to head down this way. This was so fun leveling through Legion the first time. I loved it. I think out of all the expansions I've been present for,
Who goes there?
Legion has
Keep
been
your
my
hands
favorite
and weapons
one.
where I can see them. Good luck, friend.
And I've always looked, well, before they did the leveling revamp, I always looked forward to leveling through the Legion content. The, when you're leveling through Val'sharah, the Ysera cinematic, like, destroyed me. Seeing that for the first time, I cried. I still tear up when I see that cinematic. But, like, that was the first time, like, WoW made me cry. I was like really glad we did get to see Ysera again in Shadowlands. So now I just gotta go kill Commander Zarin. He's over here, she's over here. I don't remember. He's over here.
Ishnu Daldiel. Farewell. I will escort you to Prince Veronis if that is what you truly wish. If you get the chance, spit on him for me. Ishnu Allah. May the stars guide you.
Ishnu Allah.
I'm just gonna pick up all these quests. I don't think I need them all.
Be careful.
I should never have opposed Queen Ishara.
We'll pick them all up as we're leveling. What level even am I? I'm 34 right now, so we're getting there. About 16 more levels, and then I'll be at Shadowland content. And that should go pretty quickly. I think what I'm gonna do when I get to Shadowlands is I might go Venthyr. Cause my main on my Alliance character right now is in Night Fae. And I picked Night Fae because I love the aesthetic of Night Fae. It's cool. But I have like alts in like every Covenant, because I have a lot of like Alliance alts. But the only other one I played through, like leveled through, was my Shaman. They were Kyrian. That was alright, but I haven't leveled a character through like the Venthyr Covenant at all. I have characters in Venthyr Covenant that I just never... And I got them into Shadowlands, got them to... Decided I was gonna go with the World Quest leveling type of system. And then I never touched them again. I got them into like their Covenant, and then I just never touched them again. So I think when I get to Shadowlands on this character, she's gonna go Venthyr, and we're gonna explore that story. Because I think that'll be cool. I'm actually not sure what the best Covenant for Shadow Priest is right now. Because I know at the time when I was picking Covenants, like when Shadowlands first came out, it was kind of like for Shadow Priests, it didn't really matter what Covenant we were in. And I think over time, Night Fae became like one of the better ones. Don't quote me on that. This was back when I was still, like, pretty actively raiding and everything. Which I am no longer an active raider. I hope that can change. I hope I can, like, maybe on this character, I can find a guild that, like, raids around, like, the times I'm off. If not, it's no big deal. LFR exists. I'll at least be able to see the raid via that. I do miss raiding with my guild though, and if I didn't have the schedule I have, I would be raiding with them. Though I know I'm not gonna probably find a US guild that raids like, say, like Saturday mornings. I'm probably gonna have to join like an Australian guild if I want to do something like that, you know? Because a lot of, also with like weekend raiding, that's like a lot of guilds is like kind of like alt teams. Like they do the weekend raids, whereas like their main teams do raids during the week and everything. If, assuming they even have like an alt team. Because my guild on my alliance character is pretty big. But active member wise, it's not all that big, so we don't, I mean, they're struggling to get people to raid just the regular Tuesday, Thursday night, so like doing any sort of weekend raid team is like completely out of the question. Alright, I'm gonna finish up these quests here, and then it's gonna be time for me to get off because our food is gonna be here within the next 10 minutes. These little murlocs, they're always such a pain. Alright, I need 4 more eggs. Come on. Why did I get like thrown backwards into the water? I'm going to die. That's embarrassing. Alright, I need 1 more egg. I am not in combat. Thank you very much. There we go. 1 more egg. Preferably that's not like around 1,000,000 enemies. That'd be great. I guess this is my only option. Okay. Get in and get out. Alrighty, let's get out of here. Because it is, my food is gonna be here in like a minute, and it's just gonna be time for me to get off. Let me go turn these in real quick, and then I will say my little departure speech. My dogs are also going to start barking as soon as they see this guy pull up. So, okay. I'm just gonna leave these off here. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I know today was a short stream. My weekday streams are typically short streams. If you want to watch me for longer, I stream several hours late Saturday night, very, very early Sunday morning, because that's my night off. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to bring up my socials, and you can give me a follow on Twitter or Instagram. I'm trying to get better at keeping those things updated. I probably won't be streaming tomorrow. My next stream will probably be late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, in that time frame there. But I hope you all have a great day, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are in the world, and see ya!